Welcome everyone in this new video tutorial about the multiplayer combat editor. In this video we're going to update to MCE 1.1. So it was needed to do a video because this update is going to be it's going to break some of our code logic, especially regarding skills, and we'll need to fix errors in the blueprints. So in this video we're going to do it together, and I decided to do that on one of the big projects I was working on with MCE. So as you can see, there is a lot of stuff going on. I can level up, I can learn new skills. Enemies are attacking me and they are being given random bonuses, so a lot of features built in MCE. I'm using a lot of MC features, so lots of things are going to throw errors at me, and I have good hope that if you're using MCE you'll have the same kind of error and it will teach you to solve your errors. So as you can see, this is a working project. Everything is working in the project, and when we'll be updating to 1.1 MC, nothing will work. We'll have to fix. So if I close this and import MC in the project, so first thing you want to do is to create a backup of your project. So this is my project. You want to make a backup of this. I don't need to because I'm on source control, but even if I'm on source control, I made a little backup on the side just in case something goes wrong. So you should have two things: the example project and the plugin. So the example project, you can download this on itch.io, and the plugin you can copy and paste that out of your marketplace plugins folder of your Unreal Engine folder, like usual. So what you want to do here is to go to your project, multiplayer combat editor, content, settings, and you actually want to copy and paste settings out of here like this, and then you want to delete multiplayer combat editor. You want to copy and paste the new version in here. So this is the 1.1 version. Oh, there is a little, so I made a mistake here. I have a folder in a folder, so make sure you don't have this. So this is the editor. I want to get rid of binaries. I think you won't have binaries. So I imported the new plugins in there, and then I want to import the new examples and graphics like this. Project, content, this is the example projects. I want to get example and graphics, and I want to put them here. And then the last thing we want to do is, you won't have these tags on your side, or maybe you will, but in any case you need to copy and paste default gameplay tags and MC example tags in your config folder. If you want the new taxes feature to work, you'll see this is the new way to add gameplay tags to our project. This is actually the Unreal 4 built-in way. So this is the config folder of your tags, and if you don't add this to your tags, MC examples won't work. So make sure to add this to your tags. So we're almost done updating MC here. You have a bunch of settings here that you might want to keep. So go back to plugins, multiplayer combat editor, content, settings, and in here you can see that there are no longer the enumerator gameplay tags in here. In the previous version of MC, we had an enumerator in which we added gameplay tags, and this was this enumerator, and in the new MCE it's gone. And on my side, I modified the e-stats. I know I added some stat to my project, so I need to copy and paste my previous stat setup to MC. Make sure to copy and paste whatever you customize in there to MC. And once you're done, I think we'll be good to go. I'm going to get rid of the binaries. I'm going to generate Visual Studio project files. I'm going to double click, and it's going to start the game. I'm going to say yes, I want to compile. And now it's going to throw a bunch of errors if we hit play. So I'm just going to open up one of the map I was playing in. And maybe first thing, maybe you'll have errors right off the bat. Don't worry, I have them too. It's just that Unreal did not populate them. Yeah, as you can see. So first thing you want to do is to go to project settings, gameplay tags, and you want to make sure that you have the tags you have imported from Unreal from MC. If you don't have the tags in here, check these boxes like I did. Check fast replication as well, like this. And now back to the game. We have lots of errors in the message log, and we are going to have a lot more if we hit play. So it's saying there are errors. So I won't be hitting play. I will be fixing errors. You can hit play and fix errors one by one. For example, open up RPG burning and fix it, and do that again. But you can also open up your output log and see all the errors in there, and take them one by one and fix them by just typing in error. And you can fix errors one by one by doing this. And that's actually one of the things I'm doing most of the time. But first thing I want to do is to fix up the parent classes I created out of MC. So since I have a proper naming convention, I know that BP RPG skill is the parent class of all my skills. So if I open him up, it's going to have errors, and since it's the parent of all my children, if I fix the errors in there, maybe it's going to fix the errors in a lot of child classes, making me gain time. So we're going to view here what's going on. So most of the time it's going to be that kind of error. Skill tags has been replaced by a new feature, a built-in Unreal feature. Previously, to add gameplay tags to like fire, frost, etc. to a stat or to a skill or to a combat result, you had to make a bit mask and come here and choose a bit mask enum, and in there you had to pick a tag. And now this has been replaced by that function. This is a built-in Unreal feature, and you can select what tags you want to have in here. And I deleted the variable the variable named skill tags. This was a built-in variable in the skill class of MCE, and it's been replaced by a new variable called gameplay tags. So you can get rid of skill tags and use gameplay tag instead all the time. So it removed some of the error we had there. And we also have another error, which is targets in here. It's throwing errors at us. I modified the name of targets, and now I named it target query. This is how you select targets for skills. This is still the same thing than before. You still select target like this if you need to make that by hand. I wanted to modify this to follow the same rules than gameplay tags, but it wasn't a good idea after all, so I let it up this way. But you less often do you use this one compared to gameplay tags. So target queries, and target query is what target this skill is supposed to hit, allies, self and neutral, and enemies, etc. So both of them have been replaced. So we don't have errors anymore in there. So I can close this and I can open up another parent classes which has no bug, and another parent classes which has no errors as well. Whoops, I closed everything. So we're going to fix these errors before diving any further. Or maybe we're going to check real quick if we have some another thing that might generate error is if you have a combat manager. If you build a combat manager, yep, it's going to generate errors. So what does it say? Gameplay tag structure not compatible with byte. Yep, we are switching on. So this is a function built in the combat manager, and we have overridden it in our own combat manager. And previously it was using an enumerator, and now it's using a gameplay tag container. So we need to be doing something like, does that as tag, does it have fire? If it has fire, we're going to apply burning. And then does it have, whoops, then does it have frost? If so, we're going to apply frozen like this, and then the errors in there are gone. And now we can open up these errors one by one. So one of the errors is throwing at me is that the font I was using is gone, and that's actually my bad. I added a custom font to the MCE example content, and you shall not do this. So all my fonts are reset, but I think it's okay if I do this. And we also have, alright, text pop-up was on one of the animation in there, so it's going to be fixed. BP Archie. BPC equipment. The stat manager, it has been modified. Exactly. So previously, when we were building modifiers, we had to specify what gameplay tags the modifier had using an array like this. And now we can only use we directly have a drop-down menu with all the tags. So when we were modifying stats, it was kind of daunting to add conditions in the form of gameplay tags, and now it's easy. So we can get rid of this. We can get rid of that. I'm going to have to fix something in there, because in here, that structure that I built for that project, it was using the gameplay tag enumerator I created in MCE, but it has been deleted now, so my logic does not work anymore. The logic which was building the conditions of the modifier of my items. Same in here. So if I compile, it's going to be fine. It's going to tell me that one of the structure was using that. One of the structure I'm using in utility. I'm going to fix that later on. So if I open this up, it's going to throw me an error in here. The same thing, we are adding a stat modifier, and it was still referencing the previous way of adding conditions. So how to delete this? Just delete that, or just control click on the node. It's going to remove that, and you can hit compile and save. And we're going to open up this, and it is the same. Let's compile and save. And now that we have fixed errors here, one of the things I'm doing most of the time is closing the project and opening up once again. Why? Because it's regenerating some of the hierarchy of Unreal, and it's getting it's showcasing errors, and sometimes it's fixing some. Like this. So we don't have any more errors in our message log, but it doesn't mean we are fine. If we go back to our developer tool, output log, first thing we want to do is to go up. Okay, I don't have any more errors. So this is because I fixed the parent classes of my skills, but I know I have some error. I know I have something that doesn't work here, because my abilities datasheet is using the old gameplay tag, so I even think that's why it's freezing when I'm trying to open it up. So this is where I create the stats of my skills, and it's actually not throwing any errors at me, and that's because if I open up my skill gameplay tag, okay, extract datasheet, okay, I'm specifying gameplay tag by hands in here, okay, so I don't have any errors there. So I think it should work, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see. Maybe it's going to throw many errors at us. So if I go back to output log now, that I opened up that level, yep, we have any more errors. So that's what I was. So BP, FP, RP. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to take errors one by one, and I'm going to fix them. And most of the time what you want to do is you want to check for errors, and you want to take the first asset. You want to hit Control P, type its name, open it up, and fix the issues. So what is the issue here? It's going to be, the issue is going to be related to tags. So PFB burning, I won't apply fire in here, because this is already being applied by fire. and I don't want to make an infinite loop. If you deal fire damage, it's applying this, and if this apply fire damage, it's going to apply fire damage. You get me? So like this. RPG Combat Manager. Apparently it's still using, it's saying that it's still using the old, how can I say, the old enumerator gameplay tags, which I deleted. By the way, if you want to add gameplay tags now, I'm going to do a video on this real quick, but if you want to add gameplay tags, that's the place. So maybe it's still, maybe we still have some. We're going to hit refresh all nodes. On my side it's F5, maybe it's F7, and it's refreshing all nodes. Maybe it's going to get rid of some old node information contained within. I'm sure it was this. I'm going to refresh the node manually here. I'm going to refresh this like that, and I'm going to close that. I'm sure it's going to be fine now. Next one on the list is RPG floating texts. You might not have this because I do have this because I removed the fonts I was using because I failed to properly to save my fonts in the proper folder like a noob. So it says I have errors in here. The text is using Fritz Quadratura everywhere. Alright, I'm sure it's not. I don't have text in here. I don't need this anymore. Floating text generator, RPG icon button. Most of this stuff is related to the font, so I'm just going to skip everything related to the font because I think you won't have this. Fritz Quadrata everywhere, Myriad Pro, gameplay tag in WGT item affix row. So if you had some widgets using gameplay tags, they are going to be broke. So you need to replace the logic you built. So for instance, I was building a gameplay tag. My bad. I was giving bonuses to items, and the bonuses could have some gameplay tags. And in here, it's throwing errors because I had a variable which was containing the gameplay tag of the bonus. So I'm going to create a new variable named gameplay tags, and I'm going to make that gameplay tag container. A gameplay tag is one tag. A container can be several tags. I want that to be editable and exposed on spawn. And I want to grab this. And I won't be able to easily display that. Okay, I'm going to do that like this. Get debug string from gameplay tag container like this. I'm going to get rid of how was it spooled. Okay, I'm not sure how we can do this. If you have a gameplay tag, it's going to display this, or else it's not going to. I'm just going to get rid of that, and I'm going to check that. For now, we're going to see how it goes when I play. If I find all the references to this variable, Control F, and then you click the find button. Okay, it's not telling me anything, but I think I can just remove this variable, browse to item affix row, check the reference viewer. It's being used by item tooltip. I can open up item tooltip. You can check out this beautiful tooltip, which has some errors. And I think it's creating affix row somewhere in here. So it was using the gameplay enumerator I deleted. So you can refresh this node and it's going to get rid of that. And what gameplay tag are we going to use? It's going to be to fix later. I'm going to have to add this information because it's not being we are not conveying the information the same way. Before it was an enumerator, and now it's a gameplay tag container. So we need to rebuild some of the logic to pass this as the reference instead of an enumerator. This was the enumerator I was talking about. I'm going to modify this and make that a gameplay tag container. Like this. So next one on the list, we have item tooltip, which we just fixed, per country. So I have a bunch of errors on the... we don't have any errors there. Fine. Refresh all nodes and close that, and next one. Where were we? Per country. Now we have a bunch of errors related to font once again. Can't find file. Common MC actor components. That's quite annoying. DT class is being referencing MC actor component. So I modify something. In MC, I modified the name of this actor component, which is the parent class of many actor components used by MC. So maybe some of the stuff, some of your stuff might be throwing errors at you, and that's the kind of error which is frightening, because you can lose data. Because if you create a child class of MC actor components and then I rename that, then your asset which came from MC actor component is completely lost. It doesn't know what is its parent class anymore. So I'm afraid that's the kind of errors it's telling me about, but we'll see afterwards. We'll see later. Equipment window, I think we already fixed that one. Yep, it's not throwing errors at us. So what else do we have? So we have a lot more now. U item equipable. It doesn't have errors. I'm just going to refresh all node once again. All right. Now I'm going to open up item affix row. I think we've done that one. Yep. Item affix row, burning, we've done that. And finally, the skills. Volley. I'm going to open up them in a row. Volley, eviscerate, shadow mark, stab, rock trap, warrior slash, warrior spin. These are all there. Trap spin, stab, wizard blast, wizard laser, BP RPG character. I could have started by there as well. I'm going to move that in here. Where was I in here? BP NPC. Where is it? Alright. This one. I'm going to get rid of the other one. Shouldn't have two asset named the same. Fighting NPC. Yup. Fighting NPC. BP RPG enemy. Control P to bring the menu. as I already said. RPG AI skill, we've already opened that up, I think. DT enemies, we'll see that later. BP skeleton bolts. Skeleton cleave. And skeleton slash. And we're going to be fine fixing them. So looking for target queries, we can just move that here and control click that. And in here we have problems with the target queries and the tags, so we can plug that in here. These are our target queries, and flag 2, which is pointing towards the tags, we can get rid of that and say what tags it has, that spell has. I'm going to say physical, and I'm going to control click this. So the update is going to force you to recreate and respecify all of your tags. So that's unfortunate, but that's way easier to use for, everywhere, and that's cheaper to broadcast on the network. So good and good. So manually you can remove this and say that this cleave is physical, for instance, because I remember. And in here I want to point to target queries, and I want to point to target queries in here as well, and I want to compile. Refresh all nodes all the time. Save, close. One more. Targets, target query, remove the flag. This is a bolt, control click this. This is going to be physical. Compile, save, close that. And in here, Wizard Laser is actually modifying the skill tags manually. So we are setting the skill tags in here. So Wizard Laser is going to be magical. And if you are using, if you were already using the beam feature contained in MCE, which is the case for that skill, you're going to have, there is a new way to build beams, so I'm going to make a video about this, and it's going to be way easier than what you are seeing here. So no errors, we can close that. In here, refresh all nodes, and it's taking a while to compile. So as you can see in here, it's saying ET max. That means I failed to properly copy everything about. I failed to copy the settings I had previously when updating MCE. I failed to keep the team, and that's why this enumerator, which we were working on in here, ET max. ET max is a bug. It's saying I have an error, so I'm going to say black in here. But that kind of case, oftentimes you see this right away when you play. So no errors there. In here, do we have errors? If I refresh all nodes once again, no errors. I'm going to hit Control Shift S to save it all. I'm going to close that. I'm going to go there. We were specifying the tag by hand in here. So Wizard Blast is going to be magical. Like this. No other errors. RPG character, I'm going to refresh all nodes. No errors. Warrior spin, looking for target queries, target query instead of this. Refresh all nodes. Warrior slash, same thing. Target queries, looking for refresh all nodes. Rock trap is going to be the same error all the time. Easy fix. Another one, target queries, like this. Rock stab. Skill tags, we do not have these tags anymore. Now we are using the feature gameplay tags. Where else do we What else do we have? We have this. We can get rid of that. Now we can compile, hit save, close that off, go back there. Now we can do this. Rug eviscerate, same old deal, like that. Volley, find actors in cone, like that. Alright. So sorry, it was a bit long. And now, what I'm doing most of the time is closing once again and reopening up. And if I only have font errors, I'm going to hit play just to see if it's throwing errors and if everything is working. Everything is supposed to work. Maybe some stuff is going to be broke. Maybe I won't be able to deal damage to the enemies because as you could see, there were errors regarding the teams. The team enumerator full. I mean, I failed to properly restore it. That's my bad. So I'm going to open up the output log. And I don't need this or that or this. I just want the output log. So if I'm typing in error in there, do we only have font errors? Yeah, we do. So if I'm hitting play, yeah, we have font errors, I know. So they are dealing damage to me, and I'm not dealing damage to them. That's because they don't have the proper team. RPG enemy. I'm almost sure of it. The team is black. The base team is black. Fighting NPC, black. NPC is black. RPG character. Where do I set up my base team? Set team. Red. It should be working. So either that's it, either that's a problem regarding. Okay, that was just. I think that's just a problem regarding not the teams, but the target queries. Yeah, that's a bug regarding the target queries. For instance, the volley failed to properly target. If I open up this one, where are, okay, target queries, base value should be enemy and neutral. Yep, that was the problem. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.